Okay, folks, this will be a real challenging one. It's not an easy one by the looks of things. But like anything, these things are not designed to be made into art. Yeah. So it's not always easy, therefore. Sure, you're not going to put the yellow. I'm going to take out the yellow. I'm going to put up the magenta, put up the cyan. And the black we're going to drop. Don't know how that's going to look. See how we go with it. Anyway, it is a baseball cap, New York. Yeah, New York. It's on the back there. So got this New York logo. It's a city I'd like to I one day would like, or should I say love to visit. I've never been there before. I've only just seen it in the movies and seen it in books, and other people have gone there, and it's really comes across as a really nice place to go to. The city that never sleeps, they call it. It's a nice looking place. I'd like to go there in the middle of winter, in Christmas time. And that's come up looking quite interesting. Going to move it down a bit. Actually, move it up a bit, I think. Move it down? Yeah, move it down, I think, yeah. Maybe darken it. Yeah, that's better. It's almost in the centre of the page, which is a real bonus. Still have to enlarge it further. So we're just going to put the side aside up there. I'm just going to utilise this. Yeah, I'd like to go to New York. I really would. Really nice. I'd like to go with my partner Luigi. I really need to get in touch with him. Trying to get on the 6 o'clock news on Channel 9. It's really proven to be more difficult than I thought. I've been working on this TV campaign now for more than a decade. It's been a very, very long time. But I'm a determined sort of person who wants to get out there in the limelight as an artist, and I want to make money out of what I do here eventually. I don't want to be just doing it and making nothing and not having any exhibitions. I've never had an exhibition, and that's one thing that would be really nice, is if I could go to New York and have my artwork hanging there. That would be really, really, really nice. That would be so fucking good. To have my creativity acknowledged, not just by Australia, but the US as well. I was born on US soil on the island known as Guam, which is, US territory. And basically I have always been a fan of the US. Of course, I'll always be I'll always call Australia home. Of course, folks, I'll always call Australia home. But at the same time, on the same token, I really wish I could go to New York and pay a visit there every year or so, maybe once a year or so. Have my art hanging there. That would be really nice. Like, I'd like to have my work hanging in the Guggenheim. I think that's where the Guggenheim is in New York. I don't know for sure, but I think it is. But the Guggenheim is a very well respected American art gallery, and it would be an honour if my work could someday hang there. Currently I'm not a recognised artist. I'm still at the lowest echelons of the Art Society. I don't have much sway or any say in anything these days, but I'd like to be able to get recognised as an artist and have my work hanging in a place like the Guggenheim. I think that's how you pronounce it, the Guggenheim in the Australian accent. So this is looking really quite interesting, actually. But yeah, I've always loved the idea of going to New York, because that's where photocopier art was made popular back in the 1970s. The late 60s and the 70s was when it really was popular. And I've always been fascinated with that mystique about New York being and America being known to me as the land of the Xerox machine. So it's all about copier culture. That's why I like it so much, because it's all about, the dream machine, the Xerox 914, when Xerox finally had a product that was push button automatic. And the photocopier has always been associated with New York in my head. I think New Jersey, where was it? Astoria was where the first xerographic copy was made by Chester Carlson and Otto Kornai, long before Xerox finally had their machine, Xerox 914, finally ready to sell, or should I say lease, to those people who wanted it. And indeed it was a very successful product. Look it up on Google Xerox 914, and that's all about, this is kind of looking really quite a treat. I think we can do a switcheroo, folks, but basically it's always been about the photocopier in my head, the New York. And they used to have like heaps. Kinko's was indeed another American story related to photocopiers. The chain of photocopying bureaus that extended not just from in America but all around the world, including here in Sydney, Australia. And they're no longer around. Unfortunately, Kinko's went out of business, or they got sold off and they disappeared, which I'm very disappointed. But that was an example of real American copier culture. And I think that was a New York creation. Don't quote me. I should look it up. And that's come up looking really nice. I think we can now call this demo. Can we call it quits? I think we can.